Today we are looking at the Canon FD 50mm F3.5 Macro lens. This was released in 1979 to replace its older brother from 1973 with a completely new FD mount system. This was designed for film cameras such as the Canon T series, the A series and the FL series from the late 60s, early 70s. It's not a true macro lens, it has a life-size ratio of 1:2, which is actually half size, but you can still focus very closely, and despite that slow f3.5 aperture, you do get some very blurry backgrounds, and it can be very difficult to focus at these distances, just because your depth of field is still very thin. I would suggest stopping down to at least f5.6. Just because you will be able to focus a little bit easier, and it is also a little bit sharper. There are 6 iris blades which will be noticeable in the background when you stop down. The build quality of this lens is very nice. It's mostly made of metal and the focus ring is very smooth to turn. As you can see, the body does extend, which also causes focus breathing, and this will be noticeable especially during video. If you want to achieve 1:1 macro ratio, you will have to use a 25 extension tube. This is what it's like without the extension tube and with. And this lens is easy to adapt onto mirrorless cameras. It will not adapt very easily onto DSLRs, and even if you do, the image quality will suffer. I will be using this on my Sony A7R II full frame 42 megapixel camera. One of my favourite things about this lens is just how nice the bokeh is. Even at f3.5 it's just very smooth in most occasions. There will be some occasions where the bokeh looks a little bit busy at more normal distances, but this lens does have very nice contrast, even wide open, some very nice colours, so don't really need to colour correct that much. But you will need to use high ISO settings and fast shutter speeds just because of the slow aperture. You will be using higher f-stops so you can focus a lot easier. But this is a very good lens, especially for video, that I've been using this to create some of the close-up shots, as you can see right here. Here's some examples. I do recommend this lens if you can find it for a good price, especially between £60 to £100. I think that's a pretty good bargain, especially if you're wanting to get some B-roll. It's very versatile, it's very light and very sharp. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, like and comment for more videos, and I'll see you next time.